Hello, welcome to day 20 already. I know it's the 21st, but I'm still a day behind. Depending on how this goes, maybe we'll do both days, but probably not. All right, let's see what 20 has in store. Hi, Cbro, thanks for stopping by. Cbro has a really nice Golang Twitch stream, so if you want to learn any Golang, go to his channel. And we also did day 5, or was it day 6, together in pair programming on his channel. All right, so what about day 20? A regular map. While you were learning about instruction pointers, the elves made considerable progress. When you look up, you discover that the North Pole-based construction project has completely surrounded you. The area you're in is made up entirely of rooms and doors. The rooms are arranged in a grid, and rooms only connect to adjacent rooms when a door is present between them. Okay, for example, drawing rooms as dot, walls as sharp, doors as pipe or dash. Your current position is X, and where north is up, the area you're in might look like this. Okay, I'm here, there's a door to this room, a door to this room, and a door to this room. You get the attention of a passing construction elf and ask for a map. I don't have time to draw out a map of this place, it's huge. Instead, I can give you directions to every room in the facility. He writes down some directions on a piece of parchment and runs off. Well, that's a little bit rude. In the example above, the instructions might have been west, north, east, a regular expression, or regex, your puzzle input. Oh, okay, so I'm getting regexes. The regex matches routes like west, north, east. That will take you from your current room through various doors in the facility. In aggregate, the routes will take you through every door in the facility at least once. Okay, I'm going through every door, which means I'm also at least once in every room. Mapping out all of these routes will let you build a proper map and find your way around. Okay, Karen and Doll are beginning and end, like regular regex. They will not appear elsewhere. The rest of the regex matches various sequences of the characters north, south, east, west. Okay, now it gets tricky. The route can branch. A branch is given by a list of options separated by pipes and wrapped in parentheses. So north and then east or west and then north. Yeah, that makes sense. For example, consider this regex. I guess this is our sample input. Let me copy and paste. Okay, this regex begins with east, north, west, west, west. Makes sense. After this, there's a branch. Before you consider the branch, this is what you have in a map. Okay, and then I'm adding these two branches where the second one is another branch. Okay. Because it is in the same parenthesized group, it starts from the same room. That makes sense. It states that starting from that point, there exist doors which will allow you to move south. Okay. Fill in the rest of the doors. Once you followed all possible routes, you know the remaining unknown parts of all whites, producing a finished map. Okay. Oh, empty option. 1, 2, and then there's no more option. This means that routes at this point could effectively skip the option and move on immediately. Wait, if it skips it, are we always doing a circle? It can optionally include the additional detours. Yeah, so those are just circles. I'm going north, east, west, south. Yeah, these are just circles. Regardless of which option is taken, the route continues from the position it is left at after taking those steps. The route continues from the position it is left at after taking those steps. Okay, so for example, this regex matches all of the following routes. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, to get a sense for the size of this facility, you'd like to determine which room is furthest from you. Specifically, you would like to find the room for which the shortest path to that room would require passing through the most doors. Also, not the longest path we can take, because I guess I could have these loops in there, infinitely many. But like when you always take the shortest room, which is not necessarily the path given here. Okay. Geht gerade nicht. Sorry about that. Okay, the shortest path. In the first example, the second example. Wait, isn't the distance just the length of that? Oh no, because I could have a long one in here, but I could have also gotten there in a short way. Okay, in the third example. Okay, here are a few more examples. This regex. And I guess the branches are always at the end, right? Unless they're empty, then they're always at the end. This, okay, what is the largest number of those you would be required? All right. Here are a few more examples. Would be, what is it for this example though? Well, I guess we can just work with this example and see if we get 23. All right, let's have a look at this. All right. So day 20, test input. Oh, I need to get my puzzle input. Get your puzzle input. Oh, shoot, this is long. Okay. Okay. All right, that's the input. Oh, that's the wrong day. Let's put this in 20. All right, day 20 should read 20. Okay, so we're reading the input. At this point, we just have one line. So we want to say let path is equal to inputs of 0. And it's actually strings that we want to split. I guess it doesn't hurt. Let regex is equal to this. Okay, what do we need to do? So this regex now looks something like this here. Yep, we have that in test input. Okay. So we have an initial path. So first thing I want to know is how long is this? Because if this is 20 letters long, the longest we can walk in any direction is 20. So I could be on a 40 by 40 grid. So let length is equal to regex.length minus these two characters. Console.log length. We don't have registers in this problem. All right, so now that we have a length, how big is that? It's 50. That actually seems wrong. Oh, that's the test input. All right. How long is the real deal? Oh, it's 14,000. So technically, those could all be going in the same direction. But probably they don't. So I could just make like a 10K by 10K grid. Yeah, let's do like a 10K by a 10K grid. So it's 14,000. So let's assume 10K times 10K grid. So we would be starting at 500, 500. That's our XY value. And now we are reading in every letter. All right. For let I is equal to 1, I is less than length -1 because we don't want the last ending character. I plus plus if regex of I. Okay, if it is equal to east, south, west, and north, then we need to move the x, y's along. So why don't we call this here x and y? And I think we can write a little helper. We know, what do we know? We know that east means we're going to the right, so we want to change the x, but we don't want to change the y. South means let directions map is equal to this. South means we're not changing x and we're going down. West means we are going left but not up or down, and north means we're not changing x but we're going up. All right, so if regex of I is not equal to open parentheses and not equal to closing and not equal to pipe, and of course this should be a pipe. Oh, sorry, I completely missed the chat. Oh, I didn't switch over. Sorry about that. That's not helpful. All right, I get distracted. So here's the code. Hi, Eric again. Hope I didn't lose you over not showing the code. And hi, Cypher Slow. Hi, Ashara. Thanks for watching. Hi, Finn. That empty path is very confusing. I get stuck because of it and couldn't finish constructing the whole map. Eric, hello. So last days I felt that the puzzles were getting a lot harder. Was that just me being silly, or is that what actually happened? And also, will it just get incredibly hard until Christmas, or do I still have a chance? I'm already a day behind. I'm on day 20, even though it's the 21st. Oh no, they're getting even harder. All right, so you really... Okay, well, let's see how far I get. Okay, so we have, if it's not one of those, then I just want to change the x and y. So I say let new x and new y. We're roughly at max difficulty, but it varies. Yeah. Okay, hardish topics. Yeah, hardish puzzles, but on different puzzles. So they're not the same puzzle getting harder, but they're definitely not easy puzzles. That makes sense. So this is x plus directions of... I don't like this at all. Let c equal regex of I, and just to be sure, I'm making this a const. So if the character is not opening, not closing, and not the bar, then we take x plus the direction, y plus directions. Oh, this doesn't work this way. Let change in x, a change in y, that's the math major in me coming through, equal this, and then this one here is x plus dx and y plus the change in y. So we have a new one. So that's fairly straightforward if we don't have any curveballs thrown in here. So let's say if c is equal to the opening bracket, and I have to do this now for all the others that are coming. So I think I want to save the end position. And I guess as I go in, there's more of them. And as I go out the brackets, there's less. So it sounds like I need a stack, which we can just use a regular array in JavaScript and work with that. So the stack here would be pushing into the stack X and Y. Else if C is a closing one, and else if we're closing it, I guess we want stack that pop, and we're setting X and Y to this position. Else if, oh, this is the last case, else if this is how you write an else if it is the equal one. What do we do if it's equal? If it equals the pipe, oh yeah, then these positions are just stack the length, they're just peaking. Okay, so we get xy's, otherwise we set dx dy to this new direction, and then x is equal to xy get updated to new x, new y. Does that look sort of okay? So at the end I know where I am, but really what I want is the longest distance. So I think I just keep track of the distances. So let's have let distances equal a new map. And in this map, I want hash of xy and min distance. All right, so here we've moved on to a new position dx dy. So the first thing that we're putting into the map is we're setting, oh, it's called distances, not map. Let hash be a function that takes x and y. So I learned this from one of the earlier 2D problems. If you do something map that's set of an array of an object, you would always set a new property even though x and y are the same numbers. So we can't do that, so we have to hash it, and an easy way to hash it would be, oh, sorry, if we are assuming a 10K grid, yeah, this is where I should be careful. We're going up to 5,000. So let's say const dimension is equal to 10,000. And then here we say dim divided by 2. What is that even supposed? Oh, that's my starting point. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not initializing this here. No, this is just my starting point with one entry in there. So I have x and y, and the first thing I want to add is the distance, minimum distance to starting point. That's what I want to have in here. All right. Hash xy should return x multiplied by dimension plus y. So for example, if we had something like 4 and 6, instead of storing 4 and 6, we would store 4,000, like 4006. Or let's say we have something like 67, then it would be like this. So the first 4 digits or 5 doesn't really matter. 4 times 10,000 is 40,000. Yeah, so the first 4 digits are the X and the other 4 are the Ys. I might be running out of space, but this definitely will work for the example. Let's just work with the example, see how far we can get if we run out of anything. So now I'm setting hash of xy, and I'm setting the distance to the starting point is going to be 0, surprise, surprise. And every time I update here, if the distance map has hash of new x, new y. Wait, if we have a hash, if we have the new one in there, then let min equals math.minimum of, okay, let hash new is equal to hash of this, hash new, if then take the minimum of distance.get new hash and distance.get hash of xy plus 1. And then we want to set it. Okay, let me rewrite that. If distance I'm lost. I want to say if we have it, then the new minimum is the minimum of the 2, and otherwise it's just the other one. So if it has it, then this dot set of the new hash is minimum. If it's not in the map already, then we want to set this to the old distance plus 1. Okay, let old distance equal this, old distance, old distance. Okay, so we are setting all those in the map. Now that we're done with it, now we have to find the maximum. This way we're always knowing the shortest path to a room, like if there was a shorter path to get there. And now we need to find the biggest one. So we take distance that values, we take all the values, and we take math.maximum of that. Yes, if it's in the map, then we take the smaller one. Otherwise, we just take old distance plus 1. I think I want to do old distance plus 1 like that. Okay, how does that look now? Okay, math max of all the values, because the values are the distances. Console.log. Yeah, there was one problem where I had to do this 2D thing here. And instead of using a hash, I was looking them up in a 2D array, and of course that was way too slow. All right, result is not defined in line 6. What am I printing here? Well, I have to take one of the outputs. Okay, 49, and then I'm getting 0 as the maximum. I guess I'm not putting in real numbers, so let's look at what's in this. Oh, I'm not putting in anything. All right. What are we doing here? Do we even have a regex? What did I set to regex? Regex is the input and it's splitted. I think I don't need to split it. I can just work on that string. I take the length, I'm printing the length, which was not too long. I have a dimension, xy is my starting point. I have these directions. I have a stack, distance is a new map. I have a hash function, which is not great this way if it doesn't return anything. Oh, that's my problem. Okay, and I'm putting in a bunch of nons, but these are the distances. Y is the values. Oh, I don't want an array, I just want, yep, is 23. And let's check real quick if that's kind of close to what we want here. Requires 23 doors. Awesome. Let's see if this one gives us, copy and paste is hard. Does this give us 31 doors? Yes, okay, I think I'm ready for the real deal now. All right. And yes, I'm showing you the code. So let's see here. Oh, that was even fast. 3991. So let's see. Oh my god, okay, that was good. So I think knowing how to do these 2D maps in JavaScript is extremely helpful. So one trick you could do, which I think works nice for these puzzles, obviously in real code you would just have an actual class that has that interface, but using a little hash function like this here, where instead of storing an x and a y separately, you just concatenate them into a longer string by just multiplying it by the dimension, which I guess ideally the dimension is a factor of 10, so you can easily read out x and y's. Cool. All right. So we got 1 star. Knowing Eric, I'm kind of assuming day 2 is now where it's all going to fall apart. Just like last night, where everything fell apart on part 2. Is it fair to say that Eric is the reason why I don't sleep at night? Well, I guess I'm jet lagged, so I'm starting the puzzles really late, and then if they're hard, then I'm staying up really late. All right, on to part 2. How many rooms have a shortest path from your current location that pass through at least 1,000 doors? How many rooms have a... Well, I mean, I have the shortest path to all the rooms, right? Okay. There might be another curveball where it like doesn't finish or anything. So this was... yeah, a reason for a lot of people who don't sleep at night. Yeah, I didn't mean like me specifically as the only one not getting sleep. There's currently some 3,000 or 4,000 people not getting sleep over the puzzles 19 and 20. Yeah. All right, so I want just how many rooms, not what the rooms were. So I want the values. I'm putting them in an array so I can work with it, and I'm filtering all the values such that v greater or equal 1,000. That gives me an array. Is that all I need? Let n equals... I don't know. I feel like there's a trick to this. How many rooms are there? I guess we can try this number now. And then worst case, we have to wait until we submit another number. Okay. Wow, that was pretty nice actually. I think if that would have been one of my first puzzles, it would have taken me lots and lots of hours, but this little hash trick here for the 2D is really helpful. What else is helpful? Oh, whenever you have to backtrack, think about using a stack. And yeah, the XDY is also good when you're going up down, so you don't have to do for if equals that leather. No, nothing fell apart. I might just quit now and go to bed before midnight. No, I think I want to look at part 2. So this one here was part 1. This one here is part 2. Do some formatting. I guess there isn't even a lot of debug output in here. Oh, the map was big enough. I have a stack. I'm assuming this. I don't need this debug output. Awesome. Git commit day 20, part 1 and 2. I like day 20. That's a good one. That